Gary, could you give us a bit of the history as to when and what you have done in participating in Carifin?
All right, would have been, it's about how much? About 10, it could be 10, 11 years ago. But I would have won it, I think, if I stand to be corrected, about 3 times. You know, I think it was a branch off from the original Interbank track and field, right? Introduced by Wayne Roberts, who introduced the cross country, which was a good thing. I would say my time there was interesting, right? We had some good runners. At that point in time was you know, Nicholas Day, Mickey Williams, just to name a few. You know. I think I remember offhand.
We're talking about just before we started Carifin. What were some of your successes at Interbank?
All right. Well, that would have been that could have been 91. I think I joined the bank in 90, and it could have been 91 to 93. The first one would have been 92, if I'm mistaken.
Right.
Right. So
Central Bank started off at 91.
Right. So it would have been
92 went to Civil.
Right, and this would have been 93. Yeah. That would have been 2 wins, 2 1500 wins, third in 800 meters. Yeah. As Interbank track and field. Right. We started off with the 5K the weekend before. I think I came in second or first in that 5K that particular year. Stand to be corrected. And yeah, we had some great successes there.
Okay, how did that translate into your performance at Carifin or in Carifin?
Well, who knows me before? I came into the bank a normal competitor. I used to compete outside the bank, right? So during that time when Interbank came in, I basically had my speed and strength, right? So just a matter of I mean, not competing against international people to say, but you know, colleagues among the banking sector and so forth. You know, so I mean, I came into the system with my you know, style and technique of running, you know. Yeah.
Okay, what was the competition like in your time, in those days? Who were the hot guys? Who were you trying to beat? Who were trying to beat you? Because coming from track, you had a more speed-oriented kind of a background. Who was some of the hot persons there? Who and how you fared in Carifin?
Well, let me start off first from my experience with the track and field, which would be Southern Games, Hampton Games, the Palasico Games, all these Southern Games, Hampton Games. The guys of them who I compete with at the time was known runners. I could name a few: the Quinton John, Roger Riley, what's his name, Pierre, this guy, what's his name, Aberdeen, I think the police guy from down in the west who does do the community work. I used to run 800 with him. He was an excellent runner. You know, all these top guys. The only person I continued to compete against was Nicholas Day. Because he basically, we met from on the road, and basically, you know, we bounced up on the track because he was working Royal Bank at the time. So out of all the outside runners, Nicholas Day would have been the only one who would have been competing with outside the sector.
Can you remember the highest placing in Carifin?
I could remember offhand, could have been a first, stand to be corrected, second, third, Yeah, basically, on a bad day, third or fourth. Yeah.
The reason I asked that question is because a lot of athletes today think that kind of Carifin revolve around them, and this time, not realizing that the kind of hard running and the disciplined athletes we had prior to today. So, and what you would have understand is that the space or the distance between runners was not that significant as it is today. So, in your view, how competitive it was in your time?
It was more competitive now because of, as I said, Nicholas Day at the time. We had Mickey Williams. We had Landa came in the full late half when he joined Clico Insurance. To me, that time the competition wasn't that fierce, but it was good enough to, you know, do some proper training and come and try to win. On the question where the guys figured that, you know, they didn't have runners before, clearly they didn't do the history. I mean, and I always advise once you're going into any sport, regardless of football, running, swimming, whatever, you need to have a history of the game or the sport itself to determine, you know. But Carifin had some good histories. We continue to still have. My thing is that the competitors now much younger. I mean, that time when I ran, I was in my 20s. I was still in my prime. But they had more stronger runners at that time. More runners, you know. You're waiting for Carifin to come back to beat this one. You know for sure time's going to be better. You know. Yeah, I would say where that is concerned.
If you have a piece of, if you have some word of encouragement or support or some direction for a young upcoming runner who want to somehow win the Carifin crown, what would you tell them in terms of getting there?
But with my experience, one, you know, the love of the sport is very important. Discipline and training hard. And when I mean discipline is the key to becoming, you know, successful in anything you're doing. And I'll give you an example. I came from Memphis Pioneers. My coach at the time was Michael Maxime. To me, he's the top distance runner in the country. And we had our track and field coach, Edwin Skinner, which everybody know who Edwin Skinner is. Our club was one of the hardest training clubs around the Savannah at the time among road runners, blood, sweat and tears, Athletic Central, just to name a few. And our training was very rugged. We had 2 days of hard training, Tuesday and Thursdays. Tuesday and Thursdays would have been speed work, right? Tuesday would have consisted of 2400s and 2200s. On Thursday would have been distance speed work like 1000s, 1500, and a thing called pyramid build up. You start from 400, you start from 100 and you go up until you reach 5,000 meters and back down. So I mean, that is a bit of the training. You know, we had what to do, and I mean, it paid off as far as I'm concerned. And what you're getting now for the past 6 or 7 years is you're not getting athletes to train that rugged. You see, so if I have to give advice where that is concerned, discipline and hard training is the key.
Okay. This is a very, you're putting yourself on the line here in terms of the type of question I'm going to ask, but just for interest, Nikosi is on the brink of being the only person to do 5. Do you think that he can achieve that in spite of competition being very modest, but you have other things to look at in terms of self-belief and probably injury? Do you think, you know, everything will be working in accord to offer him that kind of gift?
Well, running is an unpredictable sport, right? I mean, you may have some experience where, you know, you want to achieve, let's say, time. Because to me, winning is not always the key. It's improving your times at every event. I don't know the chap very well, and you know, I hope he go on and get the 6th win. But on that day, you know, running is a sport where you have competitors who may, what they call, experiment on a particular training, and that day might be his day. Now, if he continue doing the same training he was doing before, I don't see the reason why not, unless somebody new come in, which has always seemed to be the you know, the case with Carifin. Always a dark horse just pop up, and you know. But I don't see based on the competition now, I don't see it as a problem. We'll win normal, you know.
Any last words?
I would like to see the Carifin expand more on what they presently do now. I always have a problem when it's around carnival time. It is the most time you see the savannah full, and everybody comes out to keep fit for that short period of time. And at the end of the day, your health is extremely important. I would like to see the Carifin kind of expand itself in a way like we could have maybe two women on the move 5K during that period of time after the original ones. We could have like maybe couple fundraising events, because it seems like one of the reasons what killed the road races was sponsors. So if we could kind of you know, maintain our fundraising also, we wouldn't have to depend on the sponsors too much to kind of put the Carifin to the next month or whatever the case may be. Extra 5Ks, maybe we could have a 10K. Maybe we could even push the women a little more and have certain races for them, you know, because Carifin is a known sport. I mean, everybody supports it now, everybody loves it, everybody look forward to it, and you know, expanding will be excellent, you know.
Okay, thank you for your time, thank you for the passion that you continue to show for the sport and the support, and we look forward to seeing you. This is an invitation to you to be at Sevilla in 2011. That's May 29th. The 29th. To be part of the 20th anniversary. So see you, and thanks again.
All right, no problem.